everyone. A very warm welcome to 42nd episode of Psychology Talks. And this is a very special show. This is usually I usually don't do shows on weekends, weekdays, but this time I chose to conduct show because I wanted to announce the winner of the challenge that I created as a campaign of my book launch. That is the Take Charge of Your Destiny challenge. So I will share the sorry I'll be sharing the winner in like 5 minutes, so stay tuned. So whoever has joined, thank you so much, from whoever plays, or if you're logging in from YouTube, Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, please share in the comment that where are you from, and you can keep on sharing your questions in the comment, and we will be happy to respond to your uh, queries and questions. So now coming back to the topic of the day, I chose the topic of today's episode is take charge of your life, which correlates with the theme of my book, and that was the theme of the challenge also, that take charge of your destiny. So first of all, I would also like to thank to all those who participated in the challenge, and let me show that the winners of the challenge is Dheeraj Pandey and Benjamin Webner. I will create a post tomorrow also, and I will email them to thank them and to congratulate them. They are the winner of my free mentorship over the next like 3 months. So thank you so much and congratulations. Okay, so today's guest is very special. And the reason why I chose our guest, because his life journey is very similar to what we're going to discuss in today's episode. That is the take charge of life, because he has gone through difficult times, and in those times he stayed in charge, and he found out the formula to stay in charge of his life. And today he's going to share this with you. His name is Carlos Adel, and he is the founder and CEO of Iconic CEO. And today he'll share his secret. So welcome, Carlos. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to have you on my show. And
Like,
despite that today is your like long weekend, you actually committed to your word and joined us today. So thank you so much.
absolutely, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me. And I see already some known faces in the audience. So thank
Yeah,
you guys for I see a lot of people from Germany, from the United
yeah,
States. Amazing. All right. So well, thanks a lot for
yeah.
the kind, and it's my pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, today's topic is take charge of your life. And I know that it resonates so well with your life and with whatever you share on your posts, on LinkedIn or on a different platform. So, before I actually start formal conversation and discussion, tell us a little bit about yourself, that what is your background, what's your like work, and so like our audience will get to know you better.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm from Spain. I live in Cyprus at the moment. I'm an industrial engineer. I got my degree in engineering when I was 18 years old, and I got influenced a lot by my surroundings, by family, friends, um, and I got into a lot of trouble, from doing drugs to associating with the wrong people, dealing with drugs later on. I got my degree in engineering. I was playing as a DJ. But back then, I was living a life. You can live a life by design, or you can live a life by default. Or I was living by default. I was basically at the mercy of the circumstances that I was being surrounded with. and I was at some point I was very unhappy, very unhealthy, anxiety, and I couldn't sleep. I got into my 9 to 5, and I was very miserable, to the point that I almost died a couple of times. One of them because of a stroke that it was caused by stress and overwhelm, and living a life that it wasn't what I wanted to live. So at that point, I quit everything. I moved out of the country. I just left Spain and I went to Australia, which was like the farthest, uh, farthest place I could travel to. And I needed to reinvent myself and find out what is life and what I wanted to do in life, and taking charge of my life, because I realized that we have one chance to live. If
Yes.
you get it right, you can do amazing things. But if you get it wrong, you could live a very miserable life. And when I found myself living this miserable life, I thought there must be something more. There must be something that I don't know that I can explore. So that's what I did. And long story short, built several businesses in Australia, and then I got back to Spain. And then I started learning about coaching, and I realized that coaching, the philosophy of coaching it was very similar to the way I was living my life. And I also realized that working for someone else was something that wasn't going to fulfill me. So I made the decision. I put my words to the universe and I asked God and I say, I'm going to build a business. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to build a business that's going to make me happy. I'm going to make good income. And I'm going to be able to change people's lives. I wanted to make an impact in the world. And I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I made the decision to do it. And then I started looking for answers, and it took me 2 more years, apart from the 8 years that I had been traveling, in searching for meaning. And I built a business. It was successful overnight, and it took me 10 years to build an overnight success. But it was it
Yeah.
was it was a beautiful thing, and I've been working with people who are already at the place that they decided they want to take their lives to another place. They just want
Yeah.
more in life, and well, and then the journey never stops, right? Like
Yeah, that's it. Like your journey is so inspirational. I mean, especially the way you have fought with all those miseries of lives, and I mean, like those are the adversities of life that you faced
mm,
during your life. A lot of people actually give up, but the
yeah,
thing is that the way you dealt with all these adversities and challenge actually is quite inspirational, and that's the reason why I invited you today to share your journey, because like
mm,
when you share your journey, a lot of people who are going through the same period of life, it gives them permission, or it gives them hope that if someone else can do that, they can also do that. So yeah. So one thing that I would like to ask, that like in those challenging times when you feel quite hopeless, you feel quite stuck, and in those times we usually feel that there is no way out. So how to keep the hope alive, or how to actually find that strength to
yeah.
move on or keep going on?
Well, look, it's okay. It's okay to feel stuck. It's okay to feel you don't know what to do. It's okay to feel there. Like, we live in a society and social media promotes everything positive. Everything needs to be always bright and shiny. It's not like that. First thing is to accept where you are. Second thing is think about that. And I always use the same example, right? Like, we were born here, we will die here. Everyone in the world is it has a time that they can do with this time whatever they want. Now we all gonna die, so we don't need to be fearful of death because we are going to die. And I can talk like that because I've been about to die like 4 times, very close, like very 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 close. And it's like, wow, that was really close. I could have died, yeah, and it was game over. My experience on Earth, it was gonna finish. No drama, life still goes on. So then you have to make a decision. How do you want to live the time that you have left to live? because we think we're gonna live forever, but life life is long, but it's not that long.
Yeah.
Um, so what I would say is, every time that you face a challenge, it is a very important lesson that you're going to learn. And what happens after this challenge is that when you come out of the challenge, you're wiser, you're smarter, you have a learning lesson, and you are in a much better place. So every time it happened like that. So I've learned to understand that when things are not going well, I get excited because I'm like, wow, okay, must be something really good out there because I can't see it, but I know that if things aren't working out, it's because there's something amazing at the other end. And I trained myself to react to adversity in a way that's, well, it's gonna be fine. And that doesn't mean that I go like, I walk through life as if I was walking in a it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but I have the awareness that this
Yeah.
is a reality that is for me and it's for everyone. What happens is that if the most difficult thing here is to master your emotions, because you might be focused on things that are not working out, but it's very easy to remove your focus from here and put your focus on the things that are working, on the opportunities, instead of the things that are falling apart. And with the right attitude, the right energy, and the right action, you'll get through this dark and time much faster and in a nicer way.
Yeah, that's very true actually. Especially to change the mindset, to see the goodness even in the bad times. That is what is needed to live through all these challenging times. Because what I have seen that, like during the time that I usually provide counseling to the people, or my own personal experience of life, that when we feel that things are not in our favor, and it seems that everything is going upside down. At that time, we need to take a pause, and we need to change our thinking, or we need to change reframe our mindset. And that is what I think gives the strength to live or to survive through that time. And one thing that I feel that most of the time people usually during those challenging time play this or assume the role of victim. They think
Mhm.
that they are not in charge of their life. They feel that they don't have any control over their life.
Mhm.
Yes, I would say that they don't have control over circumstances, over people, but I think that they have the control over their minds. And I think that's what exactly you have shared in your journey, because you need to change your thinking and
Yeah.
the way you see things. So I would just ask you like another question to that how to change that perception. Because I, of course, when we are surrounded by these circumstances which are not in our favor, it is very easy to develop negative thinking. But then to change that mindset is not easy. So can you give some tips how we can actually change that mindset?
Yeah, more than changing the mindset, what I would suggest, and it's much easier, is to change the perspective
Yeah.
because we see the world as we are, and it is easy to change an action. It's easier to change than to change a mindset or or a way of thinking. So what I would say is like you just need to look back and look at all the times that you went through a hard time, all the struggles that you went through, all the things that you've accomplished in your life, and it doesn't matter how far you are in life, you've accomplished a lot of stuff, and these are moments of strength, moments of transformation that you already have in your power. So it's like, okay, stop for a second, remove yourself from the craziness of the moment, because we sometimes what happens is we are all caught up in our negative thought that we forget to give ourselves a little bit of space and breathe. So put a pause, go for a walk, sit down, just meditate and think about the things that are good in your life. Think about the times that you went through a hard time and how you are still alive. And yes, it's true. Sometimes we might feel like we're not in control of the circumstances. We're always in control of how we react to these circumstances. And Usually 99% of the times when we are faced with a challenge, we can do two things. We can freeze up, freeze out and give up, or we can say, okay, what can I learn? How can I turn the situation into something positive? What can I do that it's gonna help me get through this? And there's always things, and sometimes it's more difficult because sometimes there's things that we cannot help, like some like sickness or deaths, but we can still we change the way that we look at things, and reframe the situation in a way that it empowers you, because whatever happens, look, I'll give you a good example. My sisters have been spending here a couple of days. Now they're still here,
Okay.
and we had a great time, and I live far away from them, it made me really sad for a moment, because I'm like, wow, I want to spend more of this time with them, and I'm not. But then, like, okay, so what can I do with this energy, with this sadness, right? So I can say, oh, well, that's the way it is, or say, you know what, I'm gonna do something because I want to live more time close to my sisters. So I told my wife, I said, look, we're gonna find a way so we can spend more time in Spain, because I want to
Mhm.
spend more time with them. So and now I'm excited because I'm gonna
Yeah,
create something to overcome the situation. So it is a muscle that you want to build. You
yeah.
need to train yourself to always find the positive things that are going to happen, or that you can do to overcome a situation.
Yeah, yeah, that's like you explained it so brilliantly that we need to train our thinking to see the positive even in the bad times. So, or even in the times when we feel that there's nothing good there. But I would just say that there are always like opportunities usually come in the form of some disguise or challenges, in the form of challenges or adversities, I would say. And as you mentioned, like like you experience like near death experience, right? I think almost you said that you died 4 times. So what do you think was it like, how was your experience, and when you survive, what is your feeling? What, like, did you even think that you have been given one more chance to do some goodness, or to find something else, to find some purpose? So how do you actually react to this, like when you face death so closely?
Yeah, look, you said it right. Like, the way I felt the first time, it was like, wow. Today, like yesterday, was partying and having a great time. I was having the time of my life. I was just 21, and the following day, I'm in a hospital, and I'm waking up from a 9 days in a coma.
Oh.
And I'm like, whoa, what happened, right? So it took me months to understand what had happened to me, because it was like crazy. But after a
Mhm.
few weeks, when I finally understood what happened, I'm like, wow, okay. So it's like that. So we all fear death, and we all
Yeah,
have this belief that we know we're gonna see it coming from miles away, and when we're gonna have time. It's like,
yeah.
we all waste our present moment thinking that we
Mhm.
will have time to be happy, time to enjoy the things. But the
Yeah,
truth is that when time is over, most of the times it doesn't come announced, and you're still thinking, I still got time. So my realization was like, okay, so if that could be that fast, if that could happen like overnight, I must make sure that I live each and every day as
yeah,
if it was the last one, but with being responsible enough that it's probably not going to be the last one. So it's not like the carpe diem, and I'm going to burn all the bridges today and tomorrow whatever. So no, do it consciously, that you're here and you have the present moment, which is now. Now,
yeah.
how can you live the present moment in a way that it's gonna make you happy when you go to bed? It's gonna make the world a little bit better tomorrow. And if you die next week, the world is still gonna be a more positive place because you've been in there. And
Yeah.
if you base all your actions into that frame, the outcome is gonna be good.
Yeah, that's very true. I, I would just say that like I feel that you change your path of your life because you found your purpose, right? And it took years. You said that, like I think it took 10 years, right? Because one thing that usually people here is the buzzword these days, find your purpose, find your purpose, and people are like, going crazy to find their purpose, and they think that it can reveal to them over, like, maybe after like few days or something. But as you said that it took 10 years. So could you share some of your experience that how you actually found your purpose? Because sometimes we do realize, we do try to find our purpose, our passion, and we still don't find. So maybe you can give some tips that how actually
Hmm.
we can find the purpose of life, and that actually that's how I can we can change the destiny, or we can take charge of life, I feel.
A good question. Is a good question. I wish I had like a short answer. I would say that you always looking for your purpose. I would say that the more you learn, the more you do, the more you add to the world, the higher you wanna your purpose to be. In my case, I don't think I found, okay, this is my purpose. What I had, I knew that this was the life. The life I was living wasn't the life I wanted to live. So I knew that I needed to find a way that I could live my life happily and be able to give back. Now, my purpose, yes, like some people have a very clear purpose, but some people waste their entire lives trying to find their purpose, when they could be living in purpose. Your purpose, it could be to provide to your family. It could be, it doesn't need to be to end the starvation across the globe. It could be like changing someone's life today. Maybe it's the life of your wife. Maybe it's the life of one of your clients, and
Yeah.
that's gonna give you purpose and meaning. Because sometimes we get distracted by thinking that we're gonna have this calling in life, and this, the heavens will open, and then we're gonna be
Yes.
that we go, and there's your purpose. So here you go. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't happen like that. But
Yeah.
life, what is life for you? What do you want out of life? You need to answer these questions and understand what it is for you. Because if you live a happy life, if you do the things you love, you will inspire people along the journey. If you're a happy person, you'll communicate this happiness to other people, and that's going to be a purpose already. It doesn't necessarily need to be fly to Mars. You don't need to be Elon Musk to live a life of purpose.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
so yeah, to answer your question, I would say find the little things that make you happy, because if you're not happy yourself, you're not going to be able to give love or to give anything to anyone. Like not loving yourself, not wanting to be happy yourself, it is selfish. Because how
Yeah.
can you make people happy if you're not happy? How can you love people if you don't love yourself? So start with yourself, and then increase it. Once you're happy with that, just eh, go to your family, to your neighborhood, and keep making it bigger.
Yeah, that's lovely advice, and actually, that is you actually said so wonderfully that like it doesn't finding a purpose doesn't mean that you feel something extraordinary. Like
Mhm.
finding a purpose is actually a journey. It's not something that you just find it and you just feel, "Oh, okay, now that's it, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it like for the rest of the life." It's like, even like when you find a purpose, you keep evolving, you keep changing. Your dreams don't remain the same. Like
Mhm.
maybe we have the dream of the childhood or something, but it keeps on evolving. We keep on achieving things in life, and we now then aim for something better. We
Yeah.
keep on changing goals. That doesn't mean that you are changing like throughout the time. It's the process of evolving. It's a
Mhm.
process of evolution. We keep on changing, we keep on developing more maturity in life to
Mhm.
proceed further, to move further in the lives. So
Absolutely.
I completely agree with you that purpose is not something that like people say that find the purpose, and especially even my like 13-year-old son says that finding a purpose is like how to find a purpose. It's like you have life, you can find it, but you start thinking, and it would not occur in one day, that
Mhm.
you sleep on the night, and when you wake up in the morning, and you will have your purpose realized. It doesn't
Yes.
work like that. It takes a lot of time, and whatever you feel good, and as you said, that whatever we need to give ourselves time, because once we connect with ourselves, we
Mhm.
find out that who we are, and then we find out that what is the meaning of the life.
Mhm.
And it is all the entire life we try to
Yeah.
find out our meaning, our purpose. And one thing that I find out that the more we give to other, the more we share the knowledge, wisdom, experience, that always create a lasting impact. And that's what I would also encourage people to actually share their experience. And that's the purpose of my these podcasts and writing a book, that whatever the experience that I have or the other people have, they can share it through these podcasts and these live shows, so they can inspire others. And
Mhm.
it when you actually when I've the beauty of this sharing the knowledge is, or sharing experience is, that like maybe like our conversation may spark a hope in someone's life who may be on the verge of giving up. So this is sort of a chain reaction it creates, and that gives us more happiness, and it's like it's spreading happiness throughout the world, across the people. So that's what
Totally.
my belief is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
There's a very interesting book that I recommend anyone that's trying to find purpose. It's called Man in Search of Purpose from Viktor Frank.
Yes,
And
he's my favorite author.
it
Yeah.
is a must read. And
Yeah,
this man found purpose in a Nazi concentration camp. And he found
absolutely.
purpose in the most small things that he could
Mm,
find. So sometimes we don't need like these big things, just understanding what we want to do right now and what makes us happy.
yeah, yeah, that's very true. So I think we had a very wonderful discussion, and I'm sure our audience had learned a lot from our discussion, from your experiences, and all those wonderful comments by Andrea and Shaggy and some other people. So thank you so much for sharing your comments. Uh, so before I actually close the show, what one advice would you like to give to our audience today?
Um, if I could give one advice, I would say don't don't I guess, don't just settle for things that you don't think you deserve. Like life is a beautiful journey, and even when things are going tough, if you have if you are determined to achieve what you want to achieve, you'll get there. Just have faith. Have faith
Yes,
that things
yes.
will work out, and don't sit down and wait. Step up and take action, and you'll get there.
Yeah, that's wonderful advice. And I think I would just add that believe in yourself, that you can do it. And one thing that I would just also add, that yes, it's like it takes time to realize your purpose or something, but I think that is one thing that is very important for everyone. If you don't find your purpose in life, you will be living a very haphazard life, random. I usually say that it's a random series of events. Otherwise, you may
Mm.
be going somewhere here, somewhere there. So keep focus clear in the life. So thank you so much, Carlos, for joining us. And would you please tell our audience that how they can reach out to you? What is the best address, or
Yeah,
any email
totally.
address, or like website, so you can share?
Yeah, I think since that might be on LinkedIn, yeah, if you search Carlos Aida on LinkedIn, or you just send me a follow request or send me a DM on like the easiest is LinkedIn is where I'm the most active, and then my website is there as well. So all the information you can find it there.
Okay, that's great. So your website is, maybe you can share the website in the
Yeah,
chat, so they
it's
like maybe
it
the
is the
icon.
iconicCEO.com.
Okay, if I can find, then I'll share it later on in the chat, or if you can
Yeah.
write it here, maybe I can
Oh,
share it on
can I
as
write
well.
it? Can I write it in the chat?
Yeah,
I'm actually about to publish a book. I think
is
it's only
it?
private. So what I'll do
Maybe.
is for anyone watching here, if you guys want to
Mhm.
reach out to me, I'll make sure that I'll send you like a copy of it's called Organic Client Secrets. It's
Is
more
this
about
the one?
strategy than life.
Okay. Okay, that's
But
great.
I'll be happy to share a free copy of the client. See, I'm sending that. I think I'm sending that to you.
Okay, the iconic. Okay, yeah, I'll just share it here so people can.
Yeah, LinkedIn or website. Either way, whatever
It's
is more
this
convenient.
is the one. Okay, so whoever is watching, they can reach out to Carlos by LinkedIn or the you can click the website and then you can find out more about him.
Mhm.
And thanks to all audience for joining us today. And congratulations to the winner of the challenge. Then I'll be announcing them in the tomorrow's post as well. So thank you so much for your time and sharing wonderful experiences and having this um, or having a wonderful discussion. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye bye.